Hi guys, welcome back to Benmore CrossFit at home. Today we have got a squat workout, strength day. So today the intention is to go heavy. We will be going hard and fast later on this week. So today is the day to really think about some of our strength movements. So let's go over to the whiteboard and I'll talk you through the workout. So it is a 20-minute EMOM, or not quite an EMOM, it's every minute on the 2 minutes. So to make it a little bit clearer, we're going to be doing 10 sets every 2 minutes, okay? So put a timer on. Every time it resets to 0, you will do 5 back squats, and then you will alternate between doing 10 bend over rows in round 1. In round 2, you'll go back, do 5 back squats, but this time you'll do 10 push-ups, and you'll alternate backwards and forwards. Doesn't really matter if you start off with the bend over rows or you start off with the push-ups, doesn't make any difference. So ultimately we'll end up doing 50 back squats, 50 bend over rows, 50 push-ups. Okay. Here, if you've got the full equipment, the intention is to build up and end up with the last 2 sets be as heavy as possible. So starting off at about 50%, adding weight every time. The last three or so sets should feel really quite heavy. Limited equipment version, probably going to be doing something with a goblet squat. Sorry, you're using something for your goblet squat. Similar approach. Every time the timer resets itself, once you're doing 14 goblet squats, and then alternating between 10 bend over rows and then the next round 10 push-ups, and repeat every 2 minutes, 10 sets for 20 minutes. As I mentioned, the purpose of this workout is to go heavy. The purpose of this workout is strength-based. So if you find yourself at the end of this, you should be quite tired, you should be exhausted, but you should recover quite quickly. So unlike a cardiovascular workout where you're lying on the floor in a pool of sweat, today we're looking for intensity in terms of really good movements, intensity in terms of focus on our movement patterns, and intensity in terms of the weight that we're shifting. So that's where we're getting our intensity from today. Okay, so usual warm-up. Start off with 4 minutes double undering, running, biking, jumping jacking, whatever it is that you can do to be creative and get your heart rate up, get your body temperature up, and then come back for 3 rounds of 10 air squats, 5 push-ups, 5 sit-ups. Just to clarify, air squats. Feet approximately hip width or between hip width and shoulder width apart. Chest is up, tummy is tight, bum goes back, we sit down. And our chest is up the whole time. And we stand. And we stand. Okay. Push up. I'll show you 3 versions of push ups. Full push up. Plank position, elbows point forward, lower yourself down, all the way up. Version 1. Version 2, onto our knees, exactly the same position. And version 3 is up against the wall. Okay, so push-ups and then sit-ups. Ideally, butterfly in our feet. As I've mentioned before, the reason we butterfly our feet is so that we can't recruit our quads and our legs when we sit up. All the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. If you find that too difficult, use your arms to swing over your head. That swing just helps initiate the movement. That's too hard. Feet flat on the floor. If that's too hard, So there are 4 different versions of sit-ups. Okay. So, warm up, 10 air squats, 5 push-ups, 5 sit-ups, 3 rounds, go get it, hit pause, come back. Okay. Now we're going to do a series of broad jumps and a series of alternating lunges. My bad handwriting. So, I've just realised I'm going to be doing my jumps and my lifters.
Good luck.
So a broad jump, basically, you're just jumping as far as you can, but you want to land at the very bottom of your squat, and you want to land and be solid. So it should look something like this. I'll do it again. If you have the space, do 4 broad jumps in a row, and then lunge back, alternating lunges like this. So kick your foot forward as far as you can, and twist. Get your knee almost on the floor. Stand up. Twist. And do that all the way back. If you find you don't have space to do 4 broad jumps, just do as many as you can. Like if you've got space for 2, do 2 and come back, but just multiply the rounds up. So you'll just take your own judgment in terms of that. Really, the purpose of this is just to open up our hips and get ourselves prepped. Okay, do that 3 times. Then we're going to do 20 per side, dead bugs, bird dogs, and fire hydrants. Okay. So, dead bug, very straightforward. Lie down on the ground, lift your legs up. Don't allow our legs to come past the vertical. Alternating between opposite hands and legs. The whole time my tummy is really tight. There's absolutely no space between my lower back and the floor and my pelvis. So notice here, space. Tilt my pelvis up. Keep it like that. Okay. Dead bug. Bird dogs. So 20 per side. So that's 1. That's 1. 2, so whatever you want to count, ultimately you'll end up doing 40 total. Bird dog. All fours. Opposite hands, and we push through push through the floor, so our shoulders are active. Again, our pelvis isn't pointing up this way, it's tucked underneath. I tuck my pelvis in, and opposite hands and legs, I put my one arm out, one leg back, toes pointing down the whole time. Now, you can choose to do 20 in one go there, so like keep going like that, 20 on one side, 20 on the other, or you can alternate. Shooter's choice. And then fire hydrants, start off with lifting your knee out to the side as high as possible without allowing our hips to twist, so without allowing that movement. Hips are square, lift your knee up as much as we can, push our leg back, bring it back around again, and start again. Okay. These should all be done on one side. These must be completed all on one side first before you move on to the other. So 20 in your left, 20 in your right. Okay. Then we're going to do 10 pass through. Pass through, you should be quite familiar with these by now. So we stand up with our legs, stand up, tummy tight, legs straight. We gently fold over onto the floor, into our plank position, come into our downward dog position, and stretch to the left, or turn our heads to the left, making sure our arms don't bend. Turn our head to the right, again, making sure that our arms don't bend. Gently stand up again, keeping our legs straight as possible. And repeat 10 times. Okay. So that's our general warm-up. I'm going to give you some squat drills to work through, and these are regardless of whether you're using a bar or whether you are using an odd object like a dumbbell or a kettlebell. So we'll start off with a goblet hip opener. I love this one because actually the intention is for you to be quite passive in this one. In a lot of our warm-ups, you'll hear me talk about I want you to be very active, make sure you're not allowing your body to turn off. This is the one exception where you just want to sit down and just chill out. So take your object and sit into your squat. Basically you're just going to sit here for about a minute, and the whole time just going to move from left to right, backwards and forwards, just noodling around, like finding the tight spots in your hips and just allowing that all to open. The one thing in all of this is try not to look down at the floor. Try to look up at the ceiling, because you do want your back to be as straight as possible. Sarah, come in.
Yes, I was about.
Let's see how straight my back is or not. How's my back?
It's looking good.
Alright, okay. So you want to be in this position, like and feel relaxed in this position. And your back should most definitely not be rounded in the back rounded.
But it is now, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want, you want this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And you want to just stay like this for about a minute, even 2 minutes. Just allowing your hips to open up. You'll notice I've got my elbows on my knees, and that's just pushing my knees out. It's opening up the tops of my hips. I can just sit here all day. Okay. So, probably I have to get up. Okay. Ankle stretch. If you followed along with our mobility work from yesterday, you'll see that we did this. We didn't do it with a kettlebell. I will today. So we sit down in our hunkers, and my knee and my toes are in line with each other. I've got a fist worth of space between my foot and my knee. I take my kettlebell, pop it up onto my knee, and I push my knee out over the front of my foot. And I should feel a stretch down the back of my legs. This is really best done in bare feet. I have my lifters on, I have a lifting heel. I'm not really getting so much of a stretch, and that's just because of these shoes that I have. So if you're doing, when you do this, best done in your bare feet. Okay. Hold the position for 30 seconds or so. Really make sure you're pushing forward, push forward, allow that weight to push your knee forward. You should start to get a stretch across the back of your ankle. I'm starting to get that stretch now that I've been sitting here for a bit. Okay. So everybody should be doing those. The goblet hip opener and the ankle stretch. If you are working with an odd object, chances are you can't start to make it heavier. And by now your hips should be well warmed up. And you can just move on to this next little piece. So this section that I'm about to talk through, for the guys who have the bar, feel free to fast forward and jump to the final prep. I'll come back to that in just a moment. Okay, so for those of you who have a bar, and I know there are plenty of you, I want you to build up to 50% of where you think you'll end up. So if you think today you're going to hit 120 kilos, start off at approximately 60, somewhere between 60 and 70 kilos. Okay, don't be too scientific about it, but a weight that feels like, yeah, that's pretty good, feels comfortable. A few points of performance in terms of your squat. And again, Sarah can keep me right on this. So, first of all, think about your hand placement on your bar. It's quite interesting to watch very many people try and squat in really quite close, with their hands in quite close. Feel free to go out wide a bit. I mean, it depends on your natural grip, but a width that feels comfortable. Step in. Make sure that the bar is resting on your shoulders. So the bar should be on your traps. So not like up here on your, definitely not up here on your neck, right? But on your traps should make like a natural shelf. I don't have very big traps, so it's a small shelf, but a shelf nevertheless. Okay. Stand up. Step back, step back. I'm pushing my elbows forward. I'm pulling down on the bar. Big breath in. Stick my tummy out and make it as fat as possible. From here, sit down. So I'm using my breath cycle to help me with my tempo. I'm using my breath cycle to help me with my movement. So my breath is super tight, my tummy is super tight, my belly is full with all the air I can find, all the way down. And as I'm starting to come up, I exhale, and it helps me just get out of the bottom. Okay. So some little tips in terms of elbow position, hand position, and absolutely make sure that belly is super tight. Okay, in terms of a final prep for everyone, I want everybody doing 3 rounds of 5 push-ups, 5 bend over rows, just to get yourself set for the workout. Now, in terms of your bend over rows, I've got 2 that Sarah was using in her for her workout. Your bend over rows should look something like this. So a soft knee, absolutely flat back. When I'm doing these, I like to turn. I know I'm doing right because I brought my elbows from like this position into this position, and I've brought my shoulders down. So I'm not in this position. Yeah, is that clear enough?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me do that again. So I'm sort of passive here.
Mm-hmm.
I bring my elbows around, and I bring my shoulders back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And from here, I bring my elbows up to and past my tummy, and back down again. Bend over rows. Okay. This was a structure that I first came across, well, Sarah and I first came across whenever we were training in the Middle East. And it's surprisingly hard. The the little introduction of the rows and the push-ups in between your rest period and your squats really does just bring it up to another level. So it's a great strength day. It's a great day. For those of you who are into your bodybuilding, today's the day to, crank out the rows, crank out the push-ups. But it's a good strength workout for everybody. We need a good amount of strength, particularly in our squat in CrossFit, for an awful lot of what we do. We don't just need it in CrossFit, we need it in life. Go get it, have fun, see you tomorrow. Take care, bye.